Hi there, my name is Priscilla Anna Ambrose. The topic that I've chose for this presentation is about the 5 selection factors of SOJT, and I choose Sushi King as an example for me to explain further about the 5 selection for these factors of SOJT. So, before I start, let me to explain what is SOJT. SOJT is one-on-one training that occurs at the work setting place and is delivered by the designated trainer. So let us look at the first factor. The first factor is the nature of the work. There are 4 things that we need to see under this, the nature of the work. First is immediacy. Immediacy is about how immediate that training is needed to be conducted. As for Sushi King, in the kitchen area, they conduct the training every month, as Sushi King will change their menu to another new menu so that their menu will be always up to date. Second things that we need to see under this nature of the work is about the difficulty. We need to see whether that task is difficult to do or not. If it is too easy, then the SOJT is not needed, as this is the new menu, and yes, SOJT is needed because cooking a new menu needs understanding and memory. The third thing that we need to see is the consequences of error. What happens if the task is not conducted perfectly? As a chef who cooks the new menu, of course, it will affect the taste of the food if that employees do not cook it the right way, and this will cause the loss of customers, and it also can cause the unsatisfaction of the customers. This will cause the company of Sushi King to lose their profits. The fourth factors that we need to see is the frequency. How frequent the task is being done at the workplace. For the kitchen, in the kitchen area, of course, they need to do the task to cook the menu every day. So SOJT is needed to be conducted. Let's moving on to the second factors. That is the available sources. Under the available sources, there are 3 things that we need to see. First is people. People is about the presence of who can give training to the trainees. As for the Sushi King, they already have their own trainer who always giving training to the new employees or to all the workers at the Sushi King. Second things that we need to consider is time. Is suitable or not to conduct SOJT at the workplace. Otherwise, it might jeopardize to work at the workplace. And Sushi King already set a time for when they will conduct the SOJT. Usually, they will conduct SOJT before the working hours, so the working time will not be jeopardized. The third thing we need to see is the equipment, tools, and data. Before conducting SOJT, we need to make sure that all the equipment, tools, and data needed to conduct the training are complete. Otherwise, SOJT cannot be conducted. As for Sushi King, they are readily within the outlet because the cooking is just happen in that working place. Let's moving on to the third selection factors, that is the constraint in work setting. Under the constraints in work setting selection factors, we need to look at 2 things. First is the training location. For the training location, we need to make sure whether the place is suitable or not to conduct the training. For the Sushi King, their workplace is perfectly suitable to conduct the SOJT because they have all the tools and all are complete. Second things that we need to see is work distraction. We need to see whether that SOJT will distract the work or not if SOJT is conducted. But as for Sushi King, there is no distraction at all as they conduct it before the working hours. Moving on to the fourth factors is financial consideration. We need to consider the number of trainings. SOJT is suitable to be conducted at the Sushi King because they only have a few workers to be trained at the same time and very manageable. Predicted financial benefits. They always get the return of investment. And the last factor is individual differences. We need to look at the individual differences such as training prerequisites. We need to look whether the trainees have the basic skills, and yes, all of them are able to cook. Second is training preferences, whether they are comfortable to have SOJT or not, and yes, they preferred SOJT and is suitable to be conducted. Third is cultural differences. For SOJT in Sushi King, even though they cook Japanese food, but the training is conducted using Malay language, so there is no problem to conduct SOJT at the workplace in Sushi King. So there are 5 selection factors, and these 5 selection factors are important to see whether it is suitable or not to conduct the SOJT. That's all from me. Thank you.